Hi, we are Team China, and I'm Sarah Fiske.
I'm Linda Dickens.
I'm Aida Pena.
Donna Martinez.
Here are some interesting facts we have about China. China is one of the largest countries in East Asia. China has an estimated population of over 1.3 million, and reportedly 1/5 of the world population lives here.
A survey recently conducted by Administrative Labor and Social Security, which covered 62 cities, shows that 67% of employers have set gender restrictions against women required for employment, employment contracts that female employees do not become pregnant for a certain number of years after employment.
Top exports include electrical and other machinery, oil and mineral fuels, optical and medical equipment, metal ores, plastic, and organic chemicals.
Meetings are often long and seemingly without clear objectives. Very often, the meeting is an exercise in relationship building, and the aim of the meeting is to move the relationship rather than the specific business task forward.
I'm going to talk about the gender roles in China. As a general view, Chinese women's contribution to the economy is immense compared to what it used to be. As they comprise nearly 47% of the workforce, 1/5 of all Chinese entrepreneurs are women, and some 40% of those work in the private sector. Changes in social and cultural attitudes supported by effective legislation have enabled women to enter the labor force and sometimes achieve high-level decision-making positions. In China, women are believed to be particularly fair and flexible, which makes them preferred supervisors in most sectors, including many traditionally considered female roles, or male-dominated roles, excuse me. The legal rights. Women in China have the same rights to educate, employment, inheritance, and property as men. They are specifically entitled to an equal share of family property under the inheritance law. Women have also been granted additional rights to protect their interests in the workplace. Though they are guaranteed equal pay for equal work, women's wages are around 70% of men's wages, which probably is about the same as the U.S. Women also are likely to be laid off or become employed, more likely to become unemployed than men. Officially, women are given many of the same rights in China. There are still many discriminatory practices taking place. Foreign business women should not experience any discrimination. However, if their company rank is asserted, otherwise it will be assumed they are present in the capacity of secretary or possibly even a mistress. Women visiting China for business should act and dress in a formal manner to encourage respect. Traditionally, Chinese women were engaged in the agricultural section, which still employs the majority of the population. Rural industry, including small-scale household industries like producing handicrafts, employs around 85 million people, of which 40% are women. A majority of urban women in factories and business are in the service sector. Many professional women work as doctors, lawyers, engineers, and government heads. Women accounted for 41% of professional and technical workers in 2001. Increasing numbers of Chinese women are entrepreneurs. Women work in government relatively large numbers, and they sometimes reach high-level positions. The number of working women continues to increase, but the growth rate is slow. For example, in 2001, women in professional and technical jobs was 41% from 38.7% in 1997. Although women were not explicitly prohibited from any profession, pregnant women are not allowed to work in the fields from the 28th week of pregnancy onwards. As far as dress, there are some dress code restrictions for civil servants. Tank tops, sandals, and long hair are not allowed. Otherwise, Chinese women dress fashionably in Western styles. Working women either send their children to child care centers or get help from relatives with grandparents who can look after young children. The Chinese government has recently taken steps to open up child care centers. There are more than 84,000 female police officers in the China's courts. Among those, 45,000 are judges, vice minister level specialists under the Supreme People's Court. Women judges account for a quarter of the total 252 court positions and 1,360 vice president China's courts of law. As business owners, estimates show that 11 out of 100 women in the age groups of 18 to 64 manage a business as compared to the world average of 7. Around 20% of Chinese companies are owned and managed by women. These include companies in a range of sectors like manufacturing, finance, baking, trading, and services. Around 28% of the women run business as state-owned enterprises, while 28% are joint stock enterprises. Nearly 2/3 of women-owned companies have more than 50 female workers. As far as foreign businesswomen visiting the country, foreign business women are unlikely to encounter discrimination or chauvinism in China. Expect to be treated as a foreigner, not a woman. Do dress conservatively in dark-colored business suits. Avoid bright colors or anything remotely revealing. It is important to follow the country's formal hierarchical protocols as closely as possible. Always address the eldest superior first and the youngest last. Punctuality is paramount importance, and appointments should be made in advance.